Don't need no GoPro. You better go out. Alright guys, looks like we're back at it again today. In today's video, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that cow Bianca. She's just so rude. In today's video, we're gonna do just a simple how-to planting shavings back to Eden style gardening. We're gonna do just a simple how-to and walk you guys through how we plant in shavings. So if you're into gardening and that's your sort of thing, hang around. You might see something you like. If you're not into gardening, I won't say hang around, but you may see something you like anyway, or just click out of this one and go try one of our other videos. But if you know me, before we do any kind of gardening, animals have to be fed. So I'm gonna carry y'all with me for just 2 or 3 minutes as we feed the animals. If you're new to the channel and you clicked on this because of gardening, you might meet some animals that you like. But stay tuned. Let's just get through this real quick, very brief video on our gardening. We'll walk you guys through some of our different gardening styles that we use here on the homestead. Thank you guys for watching. So if you're new to the channel, first animal we've got to feed is Shelby. So Shelby's been locked up this week. We took her to the vet. It's her womanly time of the month, and we don't want a bunch of stray kittens running around here, so we've got Shelby locked up in the rabbit hutches. She'll be there just for a few days or so until we get her back to the vet and we get the all clear on that. But let's catch Shelby's food, guys. Let's turn this camera around. For y'all that follow the channel, you know what time it is. My net, man. There you put out a fiddle, and you put out a boat, and a fiddle in the floor. Thank God. All right, Marquise, time to do what you showed me. All right, do what you showed me. Wasn't exactly no pancake, but that's kind of how you showed me. I'm getting after it one way or another, though. It may not be right, but I'm getting after it. Shelby got to eat. So, another quick update. I understand this is a gardening video, but I turned this camera back on because you guys know I'm building my Catch 'em All Cafaro 2.0 tank up front with freshwater fish. This is Thump. This is Thump. He's probably about 6 to 8 inches long, largemouth bass. I'm gonna let him go today. Next time I catch Thump, Thump's gonna live in that pen. That's gonna be his new home. I'm sorry, that tank. That tank's gonna be Thump's new home. So very next time I catch Thump, he'll be in that new home. I wanted to introduce him to you guys. I'm not doing a good job at catching any bait for Shelby. I've got to turn this camera off and get back after it. And guys, right as I say I'm struggling to catch bait, I catch a crappie. That's perfect bait size. And look at this beautiful brim right here. He's going on the jug line. That's right. It's a gardening video. Fair and well for all you ladies out there that like gardening, and me, and no offense, but I'm gonna do some fishing on this video. Pick up this bait. Actually, let's go ahead and carry it over. Let's see about carrying over without getting finned. Oh, be still, your life's over. I don't know why he's doing all that getting around. It's over. Come on. I'll tell Shelby, take it easy on you. We're gonna walk this over. We're gonna bait up one of these. We're gonna bait this brim up here on this jug line we got. Let's put this down over here so he don't get away. Anybody been fishing and they bait run back off in the pond? Let's get them. Let's get them baited up. Let's get off on this boat here. I think Hannah keeps that old jug right back off in here. She keeps that old jug right back off in here. Whoop, there it is. Keep that camera where y'all can see what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and get him. We're gonna hit him. What y'all say we just hit him? Get that scale off. That scale there. That scale will cause you to lose one quicker than a hiccup. Quicker than a hiccup. Got that brim baited up. Let's walk him over. And he's going out alive, of course. Live bait. I'm trying to get that flathead off the bottom. And I know he's down there, because I put him in there. So we're gonna get this jug thrown out. What y'all say? We gotta have some kind of way. I may need to start entertaining, going live or something. We've got to find a way for y'all to kind of interact back with me. Because right now I need advice on where you think I should throw it. Wind's kind of up. This corner over here is about, I don't know, 10 to 12. This corner over here is gonna be more about, you know, 7 to 8. Deep. Ken, you watching? Deep or shallow today? Now this is the time where Bianca always has something to say. This is what she's supposed to have something to say. She's chiming in any other time. She always say, moo, in the deep. She sound like in the deep. Let's try it. Let's try it. Got that old jug line going out. I say right about there'll be fine. Check back with y'all here in a second. And I don't know if you can see Shelby in there or not. Yep, you can. Here's where she's being kept. She has access to go here. Here, it's a haul. It goes all the way over. So she's got all this whole pen. Water's kept on that side. And she is getting it down. Filleting them open. She didn't like that goat. She didn't like that GoPro in there. Guys, let's get our tools and we'll head on over to the garden. What do you say? All right, guys, we mentioned feeding our animals. There's Kevin. Yeah, Kevin. And I was wrong earlier. Here comes Nehemiah. Nehemiah's last. Here's Nehemiah right here. Come here, Nehemiah. Get these goats fed up. Get these animals fed up, what y'all say. We're gonna throw it right over here in this straw. Here, well, we got a soybean mixed in, a little corn there. And the goats come over there eating this area here. Let me get them some food. Sounds like they're coming on in. I like to keep the goats where they can come eat over on in here. Going back this way here. Can feed them a little more. We also got this side over here. We're gonna feed them right here. And you'll see those come on around. And then before we get to some actual gardening, we're gonna feed our chickens. Yes, people, this is every day. Every day. Let's put this guy here. Look how mean this stuff is, y'all. Look how mean you are. Oh, you ain't so tough since you're on the internet now, huh? I'm gonna put this one back on here too. And I promise you all we was gonna do some gardening, so we're gonna get to that. But if you want me to do it quietly, anybody who's called my phone knows this. If you want me to do it quietly, I got to feed these animals. Got to. Or else we ain't gonna be able to hear nothing. Let me get that thing turned off here. Got a little latch here. You gotta latch this or else ducks come in. Get over here. Get over here and feed our chickens. Might make them get after it. I don't know. I got some Kelsey Roundhead, Kelsey Laso Roundhead in here. Got to tell y'all I had that Kelso Lacey Roundhead cross. The best in the business. The best. Zach and Judy. Zach and Judy. We're gonna get some. Let's get some feed down. What y'all say to that? What y'all say to that? What y'all say to that? Oh, they getting after it in here. Straight pandemonium. They getting after it. I didn't know they was gonna get after it like that. All right, let's go off in that other one. We got some peacock hens we gotta go feed. I've already fed the baby turkey amongst the other baby chicks we got. Yep, this is the area we're gonna shoot you guys the video in today. We're gonna show you guys what we got in each row and how she went about putting things down. But like I say, before we do that, animals have to be fed. Animals have to be fed. We can't have no eggs in the hen house if we don't feed the hen. Let's throw that out there. Let's throw that right on out there. Well, y'all say we just start right here and get right after it. Let me get my tools. So the first thing that I want to talk about with the shavings in regard to the shavings is your area. So Hannah and I, before we decided we wanted to do shavings, back to Eden style of garden with the shavings, we did some research, and there's nothing on YouTube regarding shavings, sorry about that, sun, in the South. We read all kind of great reviews as far as shavings in other areas, but you have to be able to, when it comes to planting and crop vegetation, you've got to be able to dial it down to your area. So yeah, I'm a little country, a little loose, but I know how to articulate. You hearing it right? So you got to be able to dial it down to your area. So we just jumped right in and said we're gonna do some research. I know the pH level and soil pH level in certain areas is a little higher and a little lower than our area, which gave us kind of skepticism about the shavings. But stay along, and we'll see what kind of things worked out and what kind of things didn't. Okay. Next thing I want to give you heads up on shavings is the amount of work that it takes. If you guys have watched our other videos with our shavings, then you see it takes work bringing those trucks in. It takes work getting those shavings dropped off. It's not a good idea to think that you can just go to Tractor Supply and buy a bunch of things of shavings. That ain't gonna cover it. So yeah, it's a lot of work. If you hadn't seen it, look up across the creek back to Eden Garden. There's maybe 3 or 4 different videos on us putting those shavings out. Next thing keep in mind is moisture. So a lot of people don't know, but people elect to do the back to Eden style of gardening because of the shavings ability to hold moisture around the plant. And that is the point of shavings. Everybody knows that wood kind of, once the moisture, it becomes waterlogged. So if you look at these shavings here, let me see if we got you a good spot. We'll just pick this spot, it's random. If you look at these shavings here, they appear to be dry on top, but that is not what we're planting in. The acid of these shavings on top, the acidity level, it's too high for certain things to grow, I'm not a vegetologist. Oh, I just made that up. I'm not a vegetologist. I don't know which herbs grow best in acid and this, that, and the other. That's up for you guys to look up. But I will tell you, with the shavings, the acidity will spike, will go up in the top of the shaving, okay? So it's better to let these things kind of sit. The plan with the shavings are, if you don't really understand, is you bring shavings in, and once you bring shavings in, you set them there, right? So they do 2 or 3 different things that are positive for us. They're natural decomposers, so the wood is natural decomposing. So how we try to create compost with wood chips and leaves and such, things like that, these shavings will sit on top of each other, on top of the ground, and start to compost themselves. And after they've composted themselves, that is what you're looking to plant in. Right? So if I were to take some seeds here, sound like that he ain't getting after it. If I was to take some seeds here and put them in the top of these shavings, they'd never grow. Right? What you want to do is you want to pull these shavings back. And now you see the moisture there? See the difference in color? Let me get up. So you want that moisture, and we're not planting in that as well. So we go on deeper than that, and the deeper that you get with these things, you start to reach soil. This is what we're looking to plant in. Okay? Once we plant here, we then just surround it. We don't cover the hole, we just surround the plant, We'll get some seeds out and show you guys how you do that. Another good thing about the shavings that we've kind of read and saw on our own is, if you look out, let me turn this camera around where you guys can see. If you look out there, you see all the weeds. Well, this area here was exactly the same. With the shavings, it is a no-till style of garden. Doesn't require any tilling. It requires, you know, maintenance, you know. But the weeds, I'm not gonna tell you they won't grow, but the acid of the shavings prevent the weeds from taking over your garden. So what we do is, I'll give you an example. Let's go, here we go. Where I just dug at, right? So what we've learned is, and through reading, if you were to just take these shavings and cover those weeds up, well, I have to get you some, about like that right there, and let that sit a day or so, that weed will be gone tomorrow. The acid will eat it up. And so that's another pros. Now there are cons, you know. The internet will advertise and say it requires you never have to weed it. Well, yes you do. Weeds grow through anything. You do have to weed it, but you can cover it, you know. And in our area, you know, with the water, with it being so hot and I can't think of what I'm trying to say. With it being so hot in our area, the moisture in the shavings is good for the plants that you're planting. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk you guys through different stuff and how we planted different things here. We're gonna make it real quick. We may even pull some seeds out and do some planting. All right guys, we're back and we've got a few plants. We got some seeds here. We're gonna show you guys how we're gonna plant seeds and this plant here. It's got we're gonna show you guys how we're gonna plant herbs. We're gonna also plant some cherry tomatoes here under this trellis as well. So with the shavings, with the Back to Eden style gardening, with the shavings, right? What you want to do is, like we talked about, you find your area here that you want to work on. I say this area here because it's got a few weeds coming through that I don't like anyway. So we're gonna make us a row. Right down here, you just pull it all back. You just simply pull it all back. Get it out of your way there. And that's another thing about shavings. There's never a waste. As I pull those shavings back, I'll cover another area with it. So we're gonna pull this back here. And you guys see weeds like this one out here out front here. We just simply cover them up. That's all we do is cover them up with this style of garden. And we're gonna pull them back here. You gotta get these shavings pulled back. You wanna pull them all the way back to ground level. You're not planting in the shavings, you're planting in the dirt. So you wanna pull those shavings all the way back to ground level. And you kind of you want to use the shavings as a boundary for the dirt here. So let's pull this on back here. We got them back going good now. Yep, we got them going back good now. Yep, going back good. Now we're down to dirt. It's that easy, people. That's the little row we're gonna plant there. We're gonna pull it, just pull it back down to dirt. Just like that. We're gonna drop us our seeds in here. And I'm gonna take you around and show you some of the weeds like crabgrass, that kind of stuff that'll still come through. There are certain weeds that are tough enough that will still come through. We're gonna plant all the spinach here. Heirloom, you know, only the best. Only the best. Heirloom. Okay. We're gonna plant that right there. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take this old herb out this bucket here. Hannah's gonna be upset, but it's got to go down country style. She'll understand. Take it. Let's see if we can get it out of here. Set this camera down for a second. Hold on just one second. Get this camera set down. Alright. We're gonna take them here and we're gonna open them up out of the box here. Just like that. Still got the root system there. And we're gonna drop them right here off in this hole just like this. Now what we're gonna do with the seeds that you guys see here that are in the hole here, this is where your compost needs to go. So all the dirt that you've been composting has to then go over these seeds. And the shavings will just make a mulch kind of barrier, just like in a flower bed in your front yard. But within this barrier of these shavings of this style here, with the depth, you want to do these shavings, I think 8 to 10 inches is what they call for. And with that amount of depth, I can't show you with my hands here. It's so deep that the moisture will stay. Moisture will stay. So we're gonna get us some dirt. We'll cover that up for you guys. We'll rake right back over here. We went over and got a little dirt out of the compost here, and we're gonna cover up that area I was telling you guys about. We'll cover that area up here, just trizzle with just a little dirt. Like that. And of course you're gonna water it, so we're gonna water it next. But while we got a minute, we'll show you guys. While we got a minute, we'll show you guys some of the stuff we have planted in other areas. All right, so here's gonna be the onion patch here. She's got onions here. Let me see if I can point where you can see them tall ones there. She's got some other kind of fruit here. Not fruit, I'm sorry. She's got some other kind of leafy vegetable here. I know it's got beets in it on this end here that grow under the ground. They'll come up, and it's got turnips on the other end there too. Here she's got peppers. As you can see, she's got them dusted. We do a lot of dusting to kind of keep, if you're planting plants, guys, and it's just constantly getting ate up, go to the store and buy you some of that cheap permethrin dust, put on top of them. Keep the bugs from eating them up. But she's got several rows coming in good. And the plants that I'm showing you, some of these plants, some of them are from plants and some of them are from seeds. Here's some that are from seeds. And they're coming on up. Everything's dusted good here. A couple of tomatoes, we're gonna get us some racks put on top of those here. You see right here is gonna be a muscadine, I believe. She's gonna do muscadine grapes here. And as you walk through each area, there's rows here in the shavings. You can see lettuce and things like that growing. Down through here, there's lettuce and things growing down through here as well. Right? Like I said, if you look here, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Some of this grass here will still find its way through. You can cover it. I'd rather cover it because if you pluck it, you never get it off. So I'd rather just cover it. And this is what happens when you cover it. Can't live. Too much acid. So these are another area here of things that were planted from seeds, guys, from seedlings. And this trellis here, she's got a mixture of things. I know on this side here, there's tomatoes. There's I put some cherry tomato seeds here that'll go up the side of the trestle and on around. Got lima beans, white bean, great northern bean, bush bean, butter bean, whatever kind of bean you like. We grow all kind of beans here across the creek. More onions here. Got more wild onions coming up. I'm sorry, not wild onions, planted onions. I'm sorry, not wild onions. Okay. She put a lot of work in them for me. We call them wild onions. I'd mess around and lose my job. She see that. Another area here, more beans. We're gonna hang a vine here where these beans can grow over, because we want them to go on up that trellis. There's our goal. So like I say, guys, the Back to Eden style of gardening is a style of gardening that's handy. You know, it takes a lot of work, but it's less maintenance on weeding and spraying and watering. I've read reports where some people say no water. It's a no water style of gardening, where they don't do any artificial watering. I mean, did you guys catch that? Artificial watering. Here's strawberries. Strawberries do well in it. They're starting to leaf on up a little taller. They're starting to leaf on out there. Ooh, yeah. Guys, if you try this and you plant seedlings and shavings and it don't start trizzling within about 5 to 6 days, you didn't get after it. Either you didn't get after it, or nah, you just didn't get after it. You ought to see something come up. Here's I won't say that's a plum tree, not sure. Can't remember what she told me. That looks like a grapevine there, muscadine. And we've got Utopia corn there planted here. She's got rows here. You can see them here that have been planted, just like I showed you over there, where she's just topped them in with dirt. You can see things kind of coming through there as well. But we're overall satisfied with this style of gardening, guys. It requires no tilling, a little bit of watering, but no watering, a little bit of weeding, which is good because anytime we do our weeding, we're gonna take those weeds and we're gonna throw those to the chickens. So it works out conveniently for us. I'm gonna walk you guys up, show you guys a corn garden, and where we just kind of did more of a traditional tilling and spraying, just, you know, kind of grow corn. We tried different variations of growing here on the homestead and try to see what works out best for us. And so far we can't really complain about either way. You know, we've just been grateful. Stay tuned. We're gonna take a look at one more garden. Our jug is still out on there. I thought I was gonna be doing some fishing and some gardening today. Turns out won't nothing bite. Won't nothing bite. Nothing bite. As we walk up here, guys, I encourage you guys, if you hadn't seen our other videos, take your time and check them out. I think some of them's worth watching. You may click on one, it may not be what you like, but as you watch into it, you might say, hey, that's kind of interesting. And another thing too, guys, we don't do a lot of clickbait. We don't do a lot of fake titles to make you click. We don't do that. So don't be thrown off by our titles, you know. Each video, we're gonna kind of walk you guys through what we do around here each day. We might crack some jokes, we might cut up, we don't know. We might go visit somebody, it might be you. So if you're standing there and watching it in that screen, text me right now, tell me what time and day to be there. I'll be there. And we cutting loose. Cutting loose. Country style. Listen, I also want to take this time to say something's really, really, really been on my heart, and I really need to address it. If you're not getting after it, I don't know what you are doing. There's no excuse for effort. Whatever you do, in all things that you do, get after it. Oh, here we go. We've made our way back up. I wanted to show you guys another little feeding plot that we put together here. Kind of similar approach. Let me get around where you guys can see. It's just a very, very, very small area up here on the back side of the shop here where we've done a garden. You can see the dark area there indicates rows, and it's again in shavings. It's probably got, I don't know, probably 60 years of corns planted here in this area here. You see metal trellises here. That's where our beans and stuff will kind of go up the trellis here. We may put another one in here, we don't know, but we're gonna get it gated off for sure. Get it sprayed up and get the weed under control here. And we're taking our gardening adventures closer and closer and closer. Oh, let's step back over there. Come here, George. George has made his new home. I don't know if you can see him laying there, but yes, he's just laying there, made himself at home. Well, we're headed back up. I hope that some of that stuff that I kind of went through with you guys with those shavings is useful. If you've got courage enough, try it. Just try it, y'all. Do like we do, take a chance on it. They say you learn from your pockets, but I don't know. We'll try and see. Also, thank you guys big time for calling us, messaging us, letting us know what you guys think. It's really been fun, but it's also been a huge blessing being able to carry friends and family with us on some of our everyday journey without having to call 50 and 60 people and say, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing that. How's things going? You know, that sort of thing. But we're gonna set some tanks up and I've got to get back to work. It sounds as if somebody already getting after it. Let me see. Look like that boy running the wheels off there. Anyhow, we'll cut that out. Anyhow, Thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys coming on this journey with us. I'm gonna get back in here some fishing. Some work got to get done. I'm gonna get back in here into it, guys. Like, subscribe, watch the videos, even the old ones. We don't care. Peace.